guys, what's up? I'm Palak Lakhani. In this channel, I make educational videos focusing mainly on studying, working and living in Germany. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. So in today's video, we have Sami with us. He is co-founder of Coracle. You might have seen him in the previous video. So today we will be discussing how to get a PR, which is permanent residency in Germany. So let's get started with today's video. Right. So hi Sami, first of all welcome to my channel.
Thanks again for having me.
And could you please walk us through your entire timeline in Germany?
Sure. So it's a quite long timeline, but let me try to keep it short. I came to Germany in 2004 for my master's studies. I joined Technical University of Hamburg-Harburg, so TUHH. I studied ICS, so that's an Information Communication Systems course, and I got graduated in like 2006. And then I've been working in different areas. So for 4 years I was working as a project manager, managing digitization projects. And then I then moved to a utility company. It's an energy utility company, an European company. There I worked for like 8 years, and then wanted to exit out of the corporate life, and then Coracle was born, and then right now into Coracle. I'm married, 2 kids.
Okay, great. Now to clear all the myths that's on the market, so could you tell us the entire procedure of getting a PR in Germany?
Yes, a disclaimer, I'm not an immigration lawyer, so whatever we speak in this video is just for the information. Okay, and as you just mentioned, the informations are changing. Maybe in the year down the line this content may not be relevant. A PR is the permanent residentship, and in German it's called Niederlassungserlaubnis. The longest duration that it takes is like 5 years of contribution into the social security, so which means 5 years of working. But then in different scenarios, reducing the overall time to get this PR. So let's take the case one that takes the longest duration. So you as a student, you finish your studies, you didn't do any part-time work. After your master's, you get a job, and then you started to contribute into the social security system. So that's your health insurance, your rental insurance, and so on and so on. So from that moment, if you contribute for 5 years, you get a Niederlassungserlaubnis, that's PR. But you as a graduate, so half of your time has been counted in this 5 years duration. So if you finish your master in this case, so 2 years, let's say 1 year, and then 4 years of working, you can apply for your PR. And for the PR, you also need to show sufficient German skills, which is B1 level. So this you can prove by showing like a certificate. Typically they show a certificate, but you can also demonstrate your skill by talking to this person, or to show that your social engagement in Germany during this stage. So in that case, one might not be needed as well. So that is the longest PR path. And these days, you also hear a lot about the blue card. So people sometimes misunderstand this blue card with the green card in US, right? So the green card is more like the PR. So the blue card is it's a fancy name for your visa. So that's the Aufenthaltstitel. So to get a blue card, you need to get a minimum certain amount of salary. It's also changing, and to get a work into the STEM, that is the science field. And if you have a blue card, and if you have a B1 certificate, then you can apply for a PR after 21 months of having blue card. But let's say you have a blue card, but you don't have the certificate, then you can still apply for a PR, I think after 33 months of having a blue card. So it's usually either 36, 40 months or 60 months or 50 or 50 plus. So that's the duration.
So what are the benefits of having this Niederlassung or PR?
As the name indicates, it's the permanent residentship. To understand this, let's try to understand the visa processes here, right? So for your visa, during your studies, you go for the visa extension. Visa gets extended, you finish your studies. Either you get a job seeker visa, or right after the course you get a job. Then you get the visa status is different than a student status. Then you are a resident and you're allowed to work. This visa has quite a lot of restrictions. So for example, if you work for, let's say, Oracle, then the visa has the name of the employer in it, your normal visa. And if you wanted to change to new other employer, then you have to go to the process and then change the name of the employer in your visa and so on. So that is one restriction you have as a normal visa holder. And you cannot stay out of the Germany for more than certain time. So you are now 6 more months of visa is there, but you want to go out and then stay in India for some time. But if the visa gets expired, then you cannot come back, for example. So these restrictions are kind of relaxed when you have a PR. So you don't have any restriction on the name of the employer. So you can switch jobs. You don't need to bother to inform the authorities. And so you also have more leniency when you stay out of Germany. For example, you can stay for 6 months without any problems. And if you know already that you need to stay more than 6 months, you can inform the authorities and stay even up to 1 year outside and then even come back. That's one thing. And so you also have other flexibilities, for example, when it comes to starting a business or things like that, then your PR is the first good step, make things easier.
Now this question I don't know if many people has or not, but I had initially, like, having a PR means that you have a German passport, or it's different?
It's different. So we can say this more like a different stages. The student visa being the lowest of the starting stage, and then your normal visa, and then your blue card, and then your PR, and then the passport. So when you have a passport, then you are a German citizen. So it's you and Hans Müller are more or less the same. At least from the passport, you both have the same passport, which means, so whatever you have in your permanent residentship, it holds, plus then you become your German citizen. So which means you can start working for the German government. You can become a police if you want. So there is no restriction of staying outside for a year outside Germany for the PR. You have a limit. You don't have that. Of course, you can participate in elections. If you want, you can become a politician, or you have the possibility to vote. So these things comes because you become a naturalized citizen when you have a German passport.
Now, is there any restriction, like after getting a PR, we need to wait for so and so years to get a German passport?
No. So to have a German passport, the whole story that what we discussed is not relevant. So this is completely detached. So as a basic rule, so an average duration is of 8 years of stay in Germany and contributing, being part of this part of the system. For your viewers, it's more like the student status, and then but let's say you are struggling to find a job for like 1 year after your graduation. This is not affecting this 8 years of stay. For example, it took 8 months for me to get a job after my graduation. So, and then it's normally 8 years, but so one relevant point is you could be starting your time as a student, or you could be here directly as an employee. You come from India, job seeker, or you come directly for your employment, right? So your German degree reduces the 8 years of time. And so if you prove that you are highly skilled and your presence here is more valuable to the government and to the country, you can even go to the 6 years. So I've seen friends who got the citizenship after 6 years, after graduating from here, and in the normal time 8 years, and then in some cities the processing itself takes like 3 to 6 months. So you need also calculate that.
And having a German passport means that we need to give up our Indian passport, or can we have both?
For as of now, so you cannot have both passports. But so you have to renounce your citizenship. So you are not an Indian citizen anymore. Yes. So NRA is a quite big term. So right now, without changing your passport, without changing, if you're living in a foreign country, you are still NRI. So non-resident Indian. But when you switch to the German citizenship in this case, then you have a passport. It looks like a passport. It's called OCI. So overseas citizen of India. So we are a citizen of an overseas country, but from Indian origin. Then you have all these restrictions, like you cannot buy certain properties. So you cannot buy, let's say, agricultural properties. You cannot participate in elections. You cannot start NGOs, or you cannot start a religious mission if you have some ideas like that. But you can inherit properties from your parents. That's not a problem for us in OCI. And you can go and come for the travel perspective, you don't have any restrictions. So you can go, you don't need to apply for a visa or something. So you can, for example, I have OCI, so you can travel there, you can stay in India for any time, it's not a problem. If you want to buy things there, you can buy, except certain things which I mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you, Sammy, for clearing all the doubts regarding PR and German citizenship and also German passport. So I hope you find this video useful, and if you like the video, then please hit the thumbs up button, and also share it with your friends who need this information, and also consider subscribing to my channel. And if you have any further doubts, you can also put them in the comment section below. So that's it for this video, guys. See you in the next video. Till then, bye, take care and stay safe.